Stay with us as we take you on a ride of the top 10 bravest dogs that have played the role of a real police dog. When Canada and other countries around the world want to find lost people, catch criminals and uncover explosives, they prepare trained and energetic dogs, highly assets with sharp eyes, unpredictable sense of humor, trained police dogs with powerful dews, incredibly sharp noses that can bring down a treat with one speed push. 10th, Puskas the Brave. In February 2018, a helicopter tracked a fast-moving vehicle pursuit in Santa Ana, California, as Antonio Padilla Jr., a 37-year-old prisoner sought for attacking a police officer, maneuvered through traffic. To elude the police who were pursuing him closely, he attempted to carjack various vehicles, smashed into multiple vehicles, and drove on the shoulder. He was traveling at such a high speed that he struck a commercial complex's curb. He had no choice but to flee on foot when the cops came. Puskas, an 8-year-old Dutch shepherd, jumped out of the patrol car, ran after Padilla, and tackled him to the ground. Puskas lost 6 of his teeth as a result of the procedure. He gave the police agents ample time to close the distance and take Padilla into custody. Puskas received emergency medical attention at the veterinary facility. His handler gave him a Purple Heart dog tag upon his release. 9. Night. At the museum. One night in October 2010, a police officer and his canine were conducting a normal patrol at the Rice Northwest Museum of Rocks and Minerals in Hillsboro, Oregon. When the policeman heard his dog bark, he was taken aback and sprang toward the ground. The earth then let out a cry. It turned out that the man was resting there, his body blending in with the surrounding greenery thanks to his ghillie suit. Although the police officer was tricked, Mossman, as he was thereafter called by the press, could not have deceived a dog. Gold nuggets and other priceless minerals can be found inside the museum. Gregory Liascos is suspected by the police of trying to plunder the museum at night. He was accused of burglary and criminal mischief. Later, a hole in the men's restroom wall was found by museum caretakers. Liascos had come to the museum as a guest in order to create this opening to the exterior. Then he was going to use the ghillie suit to creep in. 8. The Pooch of Podgorica. A stray dog was passed by a woman strolling down the street in Podgorica, Montenegro. She was thrown to the ground by a thief who raced up behind her and had on a bright yellow hoodie. He made an attempt to take her shopping bags and purse. The dog felt that the woman was in danger even though it didn't know her. It growled and leaped onto the offender, severing his back and legs. The dog began to pursue the offender as he started to run in the other direction. She looked at the spectacle in complete shock, yet the woman and her pocketbook were safe. After being recorded by a security camera and posted to Facebook, the video quickly gained popularity. That dog was hailed as a hero by the people of Podgorica, and many others wrote that he ought to be awarded a medal. This video only serves to demonstrate how, even when they are strangers, dogs are really people's best friends. 7. Sniffing out crime. A police officer in Bensalem, Pennsylvania, conducted a routine traffic stop on an automobile in October 2017. Since the tint prevents one from seeing the driver, Pennsylvania law prohibits tinting a vehicle's front windows, but because they were terrified, the 3 males in the car began telling the police nonsensical stories. Upon detecting additional activity, the police officer let his dog to have a sniff at the vehicle. The dog did in fact scent drugs. 6 kilograms, 13.5 pounds of raw heroin were discovered by the police under the rear seat. At $4 million, the packages included 400,000 separate dosages. Because of the dog's extremely keen nose, this is the largest drug bust in the history of the town. 6. Buddy Balu Balu, a German shepherd, had an 8-year police dog career that ended in success. During a drug bust, he discovered $1 million worth of cocaine and pursued criminals who were evading the law. He was back at it in Rutherford County, Tennessee, in February 2018. After 4 years of working with Balu, Deputy Josh Gregory related a specific narcotics bust in which the traffickers started shooting at Gregory and the dog, filling the police cruiser to the brim with bullets. Jumping on Balu, Deputy Gregory held him tight to his body to shield the dog from the gunshots. Gregory came to the conclusion that Balu should retire because the poor dog had had enough. Currently residing in Gregory's house as a pet, Balu guards the deputy's little daughter. Gregory responded to a question on his dog's retirement by saying, "He's going to be mad when he doesn't get to go to work on Monday." 5. Mighty King Rex Javier Mercado, 16 of Des Moines, Washington, was by himself in his bedroom on February 21, 2018 after school. He became aware that someone was breaking into his home when he heard glass smashing downstairs. So he took his German Shepherd Rex with him as he went into a closet to hide. After forcing his way out of the closet, the dog ran downstairs to confront the intruders. Mercado picked up his cell and dialed 911. The criminals then gave Rex a brutal beating. He hurried back upstairs to Mercado, making sure the teenager was secure. Regretfully, the crooks followed the dog into the bedroom upstairs. His best pal was really in danger this time. Rex bit the males as he sprang at them. The dog was shot 4 times by the men. Fortunately, enough time had passed for the robbers to flee when they heard police sirens in the distance. To cover the $10,000 in medical expenses for Rex, the family set up a GoFundMe page. At the time of writing, the page had donated nearly $62,000, demonstrating how much people cherish the dog. Rex has undergone surgery previously and he should fully recover. Get him. Shep without police dogs, cops would arrest considerably fewer criminals, as evidenced by dashcam and chest camera recordings. In Pasco County, Florida, in February 2018, Deputy Nick Carmack and his dog Shep were pursuing 2 offenders who were operating a stolen vehicle. Both men exited the vehicle and began to flee as soon as they heard the sirens. Deputy Carmack let the dog to pursue the other man while he was by himself, yelling, "Get him, Shep!" Carmack had to make a backup call. Only one of the men was there for him to grip onto, so he was handcuffed. They pursued the dog's barking sounds up a lengthy driveway bordered by trees, where they discovered Shep fighting the second man who was attempting to haul Shep away. The policeman yelled, "Get off my dog, bro!" several times. The footage demonstrates how fast the second man might have fled or kidnapped the homeowners at the end of the driveway. Things would have been a lot worse without Shep. 3. Chemo the Porn Hunter. Some of the worst people on the globe are those who download, create, and profit from child pornography. They can be far harder to identify than violent offenders or drug dealers because they usually appear normal and conceal in plain sight. Even in cases where law enforcement has witness testimony regarding child pornography, they frequently lack sufficient evidence to prosecute an individual. Fortunately, these perpetrators can be apprehended by trained police dogs in specific units. Chemo, a Pennsylvania golden retriever from Blair County, has been trained to detect the smell of electronics. The proof of child pornography is usually concealed on flash drives and SD cards, which are tucked away in awkward locations like behind power outlets and phony Pringles cans. Thanks to Chemo's invaluable nose, evidence that has helped put offenders behind bars has been found. Second Officer Radar. At 9:20 p.m. on December 26, 2017, Robert Stewart shot and robbed a mother and her son on a Merrillville, Indiana street corner. The shootings claimed the lives of both victims, and a witness contacted the police. K9 Officer Radar Gligic, a German Shepherd, and his dog attended to the call. The man was seen by witnesses sprinting in the direction of a residential area. Radar bolted from the vehicle. He could smell Stewart lurking in a shed in someone's garden even through the damp snow. Stewart was yelled at by Officer Gligic to drop his firearm and emerge holding his hands up. There was no reply. Gligic knew the suspect was armed, which is why he was reluctant to enter the shed, and dangerous. Instead, taking the criminal by surprise, Radar fled into the shed. Officer Gligic was able to apprehend the guy after the dog bit him and pulled him out of the shed. The title of Employee of the Month went to Radar. 1. Pit to the rescue. Although they don't have the best reputation, pit bulls are the best dogs out there for keeping their owners safe. Shane, a 9-year-old child, was living alone at home in Lincoln, Nebraska in February 2018. That day, he'd stayed at home unwell. In order to pick up his siblings from school, his mother left the house. A disguised thief broke into the residence in that brief amount of time. Shane could only see the intruder's eyes through the mask, and they were searing into him. The masked man pursued Shane up the stairs as he began to run. The child called for baby girl, his dog. The pit bull saw what was happening and attacked the culprit, attacking his legs without hesitation. Shane managed to phone his mother while running to a neighbor's house. They also phoned the police. Fortunately, nothing was taken by the invader when they fled the house, but regrettably, he eluded the cops at all times. Dog breeds that assist law enforcement, government agencies, and rescue personnel are generally intelligent, robust, courageous, very stamina efficient, and utterly devoted to their handlers. Over the years, these dogs have shown themselves to be an extension of security augmentation. If you want to see more on our brave and energetic trained dog force, kindly turn on the notifications. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel also. Like, share, and comment. See you in our next video.